What's good, everybody? This your boy Mike coming to you from Reality Warpers. Yo, I got a question. Do spiritual topics pique your interest? Do you desire unique conversation? Sit down, calm your mind. Let's have a conversation. And after we have a talk, if you feel like you got information of substance, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you know anybody that have like minds, share my content. And together, we can warp reality. So without further ado, let's get to the show. All right, I'm back and ready to roll. And yes, her name is Fendi, like the Rihanna clothing line. Her name is Fendi. Okay, no, she's pretty cute. So anyway, getting back into our low vibration feminine traits, being gullible. By the way, shout out to Tim with the haircut and the facial. Ooh, and that boy looking real celebrity like today out there in Gretna, Florida. Shout out to Tim. All right. But anyway, getting into the feminine low vibration feminine traits. Next we have gullible. Now I spoke a little bit about being gullible when I was speaking about Adam and Eve. She was gullible and got tricked by the serpent to eat the apple. Okay. They had a rule. They had certain rules throughout the garden. Okay. Certain do's, certain don'ts that you don't do. And that's just to protect you. Okay. So we was talking about the tree of was it knowledge? I think it was the tree of knowledge. And it's as like I said, too much of anything is bad. Sometimes if you have too much information and you don't know how to handle that information, process that information, it's like it does something to you to make you lower your vibration. I'm gonna just put it that way. Something happens where you end up lowering your vibration because you have too much energy somewhere. Okay. So if you have too much energy somewhere, it could do something to help where it will cause a reaction. And action happens here. Action happens in your mind. Reaction is coming out of your body. So the action, something happened to you in your mind, and it causes a reaction on you in throughout your body, which causes your actions in life. Okay, so by you being gullible and not protecting that your energy from different entities and energies throughout the universe, because you dwell within your imaginative side, you dwell within your right brain thinking, your emotional side. Okay, because of that, you dwell within the spiritual realm quite often. So you're going to be visited by different spirits and entities that's going to visit you because you shine so bright spiritually. Okay. You may not can see your aura, but everyone has an aura. And that's a scientific proven fact. Your body have an electromagnetic pulse. That electromagnetic pulse is spiritually is what your aura is. Okay. And there's a certain, you know, like length space that aura contains around you. Okay. And that is what helps draw and protect you from certain things. So it draws certain things to you and it protects certain things from you. away from you, so you don't get attacked by certain spirits and energies and stuff like that. But it shines bright, and sometimes, depending on how spiritually connected you are, you can actually see the auras of different things. Okay, different people, plants, animals, different babies, different things. You can see the aura of different things depending on how spiritually connected you are. Okay, so because you dwell within your spiritual side so often, that right there again, going back to my last episode when I was talking about the divine feminine traits, how I said being quiet is so important. You don't want to exert a lot of your energy by speaking, like by being loud, being, hey, attention, everybody over here, everybody, doing things to be attention seeking, which is also one of the low vibration feminine traits that I'm going to get into later on down the list. Being By you exerting that energy and you're already in that spiritual realm on a consistent basis, whether you know you are or not, you are, because you dwell within the imaginative side of your brain, the right side of your brain, the subconscious. Okay, so because you dwell, your body, your chemical makeup is based around that. You dwell a lot in the spiritual realm. Okay, so that's why it's so important to keep that energy contained, protected, being quiet, being conservative, like being a ninja, like you moving, like it's like you have a lot of information, but you only let it out when it's needed. Okay, being able to hold that information, being like a secret little book. You have all of this information, but you're using it for good. You're using it to help the purpose of whoever you're assisting at the time. You're using that energy to help the purpose. So it's like you can almost look at it as like, okay, if you anybody seen Avengers, the Hulk and Black Widow, the Hulk have a crush on Black Widow, and Hulk go crazy all the time. The only person that can calm Hulk down is Black Widow. Black Widow will come up, Hulk chill out. She'll touch and rub on him and stuff like that. And he'll just start calming down and turn back into a normal human. And as you can almost really look at the relationship between a man and a woman like that, you are his peace. You are his comforter. You are his nurturer. You bring that feminine side out of him, that divine feminine side out of him, which is peace, calm, um, imaginative, and that type of thing. Like you're bringing him more into that nature, therefore he can start connecting more with his feminine side. And once he starts to connect with his feminine side, again, that's when the two energies meet within one vessel, and now you're starting to flow into your godlike energy. That godlike energy helps him create things. Okay. So you want to make sure you protect your energy from, different people that you connect with. Don't let people talk and put stuff in your ear. If you dealing in a relationship, that relationship between should be between you, that person, and God. Not you, that person, and your mama. Not you, that person, and your auntie. Not you, that person, and you, that person, and God. If y'all get a therapist and all that kind of stuff, that's fine. But again, you have to look at situations and things as if, what if you had no resources at all? What could you use or what could you do in order to help your situation? That's when you have to just lay it all aside and depend on God at that time. How do you connect with God again? Being quiet. Go and watch my past episodes. Being quiet, being in your mind, being in that creative state, meditation, yogas, being out in nature, being around water, things like that. That's how you connect with God. But most important, you have to be quiet in order to calm or quiet the mind. Once you calm and quiet the mind, that's how you are able to hear what God is saying. You can't hear what God is saying if you're always the one throwing the suggestions. So it's like the conscious is steady right there in your face versus letting the subconscious take over, which is the big ocean. It ain't the little puddle, which is the conscious, what you can see, what you understand, as of right now. The subconscious is the big ocean that has all the answers to everything that you just want it to just flow in. But you have to be able to calm yourself for it to flow in. Okay. So you don't want to like have different people in your ear to, push you in different directions that's going to throw you off of the purpose or the agreement that you have made with your spouse or your partner or something like that. If you and your partner know what y'all have going on, y'all have discussed different things, he's showing his divine masculine traits and all of that, that's being purpose driven, being a provider, being a protector, being a leader, confident and logical in his actions and things of that nature, and I can go on and on. But if he's showing those traits, it doesn't matter what it looks like on the outside. This world is built for you not to have an easy life. Like it's built for it to like you have to have some kind of challenge. So there's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be different challenges and different tests that you have to face all the time until you start to dwell within that divine feminine energy and things just start flowing and happening for you and to you and things of that nature. Everybody have their own test that they have to go through. The men have their own test they have to go through. The women have their own test that they have to go through. And you are chemically made and built for whatever that test is. Okay. So by you protecting yourself and protecting your energy, it stops you from being thrown off of that purpose. Therefore, being used, like that's basically just being a puppet, really, to other entities. If you are allowing someone to talk to you, tell you to do this, do that, and everything that they do or say for you or for do to you, you use whatever your actions is based off of every information somebody, that's basically you being a puppet to whoever is talking to you and using you, and they just playing with your mind, playing with your emotions, and every time they say something to you, you go and do an action. You just a puppet to them. And that's what those entities do. They use people, they use places, they use different tools such as social media and media, what you're looking at on TV, different things like that. You have to pay attention to the subliminal messages that's put in these TV shows and different things because they're putting suggestions in your mind. Okay, and those suggestions is going to cause actions. And by however gullible you are, that's just how easy it is gonna be to throw you off of whatever your purpose is, and you might be a puppet to throw your man off of his purpose. All right, all right. Next one is not being able to hold information. Basically, not being quiet. Spoke a little bit about that earlier, but I want to reiterate back on top of that. By you overly exerting that energy, just think of that aura that I was talking about. Think of it like a light, a beacon of light. Just like you ever seen a lighthouse or something like that, or some big star that's just black, blinking and flashing and stuff like that. Just imagine you in a dark area, okay? But every now and then, or every time you lashing out with energy, that light is just flashing and flashing and flashing, and it's making you a target. And if you don't have that spiritual protector, which is supposed to be the man, I spoke about that in earlier videos, it's supposed to be the man. When that spirit comes in, if you don't have a spiritual protector, or if your spirit is not strong enough to fight that entity off, you're basically going to be used for whatever game they have to play. And so you're just basically saying, hey, come use me. Hey, I'm ready to be used by something. I don't know what, but something, you know? So, and I say that because we all say, oh, well, I'm going to be used by God and all that. But what do your actions say? So, again, God knows your heart. God knows your intentions. You can say and talk all you want on social media, and every Sunday you putting little post up on Facebook and showing your little church dress and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, God knows your heart. God knows your intentions. And that goes for everybody, not just you. That goes for everybody. Okay, so you can show how you want. And I'm not saying you have to be some perfect person. You don't, bro. Like, you don't have to be a perfect person. You just need to know how to control your reality. Don't let something control you. You have free will. You know right from wrong, good and bad, and you know what you should and should not do. He gave you commandments on how to handle your life, how to live your life in a way where it won't throw you off of your purpose. So it's just up to you if you just want to do what you want to do, or if you gonna like follow the instructions of a good leader. Okay, so by you having that protector there, by you not being able to, by you having that protector there, it's going to protect you from different entities that may come in and try to attack you. Okay. And they really want you because you dwell so much into your feminine. It's a lot of energy to be used um as it's basically a very strong vessel for it, but it's a strong vessel with a weaker will, if that makes any sense. So basically, like, it's easier to take over. But once I take over, I got a lot of power. Okay, because those spirits know how to use your powers. You might not know how to use your powers and stuff like that, but those spirits know how to use what you have. They dwell in the spiritual world, so they know how to use all of the spiritual aspects of the spiritual world. So if they was able to take over you, or attack you in this kind of way, they know how to use your powers for whatever their benefits are. Okay, so you have to really look into yourself and see, like, why are you doing certain things, or what are you doing certain things for, and all of that. Um so just being able to control your emotions, being able to, quiet yourself, quiet your, actions. Don't just lash out all the time. Like, don't think before you speak. Like, when someone says something to you, or someone does something to you, the first thing you do is you have an emotional rush. Oof, the emotional rush happens. Now you start thinking, throwing a suggestion. What you want to do in that moment is, one, pause. Just pause. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. That being quiet mode. Just don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. In that moment of pause, you are able to, in a slight moment, analyze your thoughts. I want to do this at the time. I want to do this right now. I want to do that right now. Or I want to say this right now. Or, you see what I'm saying? Like, you can pause it and say, or do I want to do this? What would be more beneficial in this moment? Should I do this, or should I do that? And I know by me saying that, it sounds like, oh, that's gonna take a long time to analyze it. Listen, it's gonna happen so fast, where it's gonna happen within a matter of seconds. It's gonna happen within a matter of seconds, where you are able to calm yourself and analyze to see if what action you should take at that moment. Okay, So not being able to do that, not being able to calm yourself, not being able to emotionally control yourself, that is a low vibration feminine trait. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to talk about being argumentative. Being argumentative is a low vibration feminine trait because it disrupts a plan. Okay. So when if you are if you look at the aspects of an army, okay, an army, the top generals and all that kind of stuff, all of them have their own ranking. All of them know a certain level of information. Okay. The entire army moves according to what the generals say because the general have the most intel of the situation of what's going on. He have different resources that they don't have access to. So he has the most information at the time. So what he knows, he comes up with a logical plan and pass that information down to whoever that information needs to go to. So not all the time does the information that the the general knows goes down to the private of the military. Sometimes that information start right there at the captain or stop right there at the lieutenant, that type of thing. And then they start doing something around the information that they have been given. Okay. But what I'm saying is by you being argumentative, just because you can't see the vision at the time, you can throw a suggestion, but the aggression is what makes that suggestion now an argument. So it's like you're adding a low vibration masculine trait into what you are hoping to be something helpful. And because of that mix, it comes out to be that an argument, something argumentative. Okay. So, but if something is going on, just give a suggestion. Don't give an aggression to your words, your actions and stuff of that nature. And by again being in your feminine, flowing in your feminine, it helps calm him and put him in a peaceful mind. Therefore, he's able to make certain actions to whatever he's doing as well. Okay. So, but by you throwing aggression, meaning a masculine trait at him, now it's going to make him naturally go into a defense type mechanism because he want to protect his energy. That's just how the mind and the body works. Like I said, the mind and the body is two different entities. So sometimes it does things without, I ain't gonna say like without your permission, but it does things in order to help protect you that sometimes you may not know that it did it, without, like I said, on previous shows, your hair and stuff stand up on the back of your neck when somebody walk behind you or someone's around you, that type of thing, or your fight or flight reactions or reflexes or something. If something scares you, either you gonna run or you gonna punch it, that type of thing. So your mind and your body does things on its own. Okay. So you want to make sure you are able to calm yourself, calm your emotions, and throw out suggestions and not add in those low vibration masculine traits, therefore causing it to be an argument and making him react to the action that you just gave him, which was more of a masculine action. Okay. All right. So the next trait I'm going to speak on is extreme neediness. Okay.